Hello everybody, welcome to Bitcoin Daily, 9 a.m. Central European Time on the dollar. We do this every day, Monday to Friday, because we gotta know what's happening in Bitcoin, altcoins, and everything else. And there's not very much to talk about today. We are going a little bit sideways. Wesley in the chat wants to know. Just say why you expect we're gonna break down or not. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about what I think might happen or not happen. None of the things we're gonna pump. We are on some kind of support, definitely on support. I'm gonna show you the support. It's very nice support, but we need to pump. So the price doesn't look all that. I mean, there are definitely indications that we don't have to dump down, but we need to bounce, and we need to bounce soon if you don't want to have a big dump towards downside. Now today's Friday, so we're going into Sunday, Saturday. Will we break down before that time? The CME futures are still open. So there is that. We also look a little bit on DXY for whatever reason, and we also look at we will look at the stock market just a little bit. Who's in the chat? Lara Pablo, what's up? Bearish. The central plan, what's up? Into the sky, yo. 9 a.m. Central Time on the dollar. Rami Kamash, 9 a.m. Yeah. When will we be millionaires? Yeah. When stuff euphoria kicks in. Morning Blanen, morning S, morning Edward, what's up? So before we start, there is one important thing for you guys that are TA fans club members. We got right now topics up here. There is a latest video topic up here where I'll post videos. So I won't be posting videos in the chat anymore, just to keep the chat clean. But what you can do in the topic up here, you can set up here on the side. I don't know if you can see that. You can put these notifications up here on, and you can get notifications for all the videos all the time, right? So you can put notifications on, and you can get notifications. So I will be the only one posting in this topic, the videos. And if you put notifications on this topic, you will get notifications every single time we get a video, right? So I just want to say that. So instead of posting in the chat, it's in the late video. So make sure to have the notifications stuff on, because YouTube is not that exciting about that. But at least we can get out notifications to everybody every time we go live and stuff like that, right? So I'll be putting that. So that's the one thing, that's the stuff. Hey Jagar Mario, what's up? Hey man, that's huge. $2 billion Bitcoin options will expire. Maybe we are waiting for that. Who knows? I'm not really big on the options because every month, every 2 weeks, I don't know how this actually works. Everybody's yelling all the time. Oh, they're expiring this Friday. Stuff is gonna happen. Stuff always happens. I don't see that as a big deal. So the first thing first is Mladen thinks that the channel goes something like this over here, either down here or down here. I don't know how he draws the channel. But we are definitely on some kind of support level. So will this actual level break down or not? That kind of depends. I would like to draw it a little bit down here, over here, and there are even better lines than these ones over here. Let's go to the 1 hourly time frame up here. Just look at the support level, because this is the most interesting part. What's happening right now? You can see up here, since yesterday's dump down here, we just been consolidating up here. There's definitely a triangle up here. And the triangle can be drawn something like this, I think. I think this is a very nice triangle. Could be a little bit better, maybe up here. Something like this, maybe this triangle. I don't know, I don't think it's this one, It's gonna be something like this over here, give or take. Give or take. There's a triangle up here, and the bottom side goes something like this over here, give or take. And what you're gonna see here right now, that we are going into this triangle. The move will happen very, very soon. The breakout towards upside or downside will happen, and the big questions are what's gonna happen now. Now we are on the support. We had a big move towards downside. We broke the trend. We retested that same trend over here towards downside, right? We retested that trend over here. Right now we're consolidating up here. We're not bouncing up here on the after going into this move. So there might be some kind of I'm a little bit unsure about this top line up here. I think the top line up here should be something like down here. So I think this line up here should be creating some kind of channel over here as well. But you can see that we were dumping, and right now we are not dumping that much. So if this actually manages to break towards upside, we are actually turning the trend around, which is actually gonna be good. On the other hand, if you do dump on the downside down here, you know, we might create a new trend towards the downside. So right now we're coming to a very special, you know, area of control down here at the bottom, and the big question is, will this actually break towards the upside? There is definitely, you know, reasons why this can do that, but if you look down here, ever since we broke down from the top up here, we hit support, we bounced, we tried to get up above certain moving averages up here, a certain resistance level, we failed that, and then right now we're getting squeezed below these moving averages. So the fact that we are still not above it, you know, I consider that a little bit bearish up here. You also see on the 4-hourly time frame a little bit nicer that we went all the way up to the 20 moving average. Right now this 20 moving average up here, let me go back down here, let me remove the other moving average so you can see this nicely. You'll see up here that this 20 moving average up here has been holding the price you know, very nicely. Up here we broke below that, right back up above this 20 moving average, and then we failed up here towards downside. This was the first sign of weakness when we broke the 20. Right now getting rejected by the 20, and what I think we are doing over here right now, we are actually waiting for the 20. So can we pump up to the 20 moving average up here and then get rejected? I don't know. But you know, you either go, you know, we either wait for the 20 or something like that and break down over here, or we get above the 20 and, you know, we all good again, right? So we need to see how this is actually going to play out. So, you know, I'm still a little bit on the better side short term. I think, you know, so we can still pull down a little bit more, especially now that the weekend is coming and we are going to inside this consolidation pattern. So we're going to see how that actually plays out. If you saw, what is the line up here? Maybe the line goes something like this up here. Yeah, I think this this line up here, where was it? Something like this. No, it wasn't that. This one. It goes down here somewhere, give or take. Yeah, there we go, on the daily time frame. Yeah, so it's a nice line. So I think this line also on the daily time frame is important. You know, support line. You know, it's a lot, it comes a lot sooner than the big support line on the downside down here. It comes a lot sooner. You can see here this looks like a channel up here, so it's probably a very, you know, significant line as well. Let's see just if this actually goes to the top as well. It might be, yeah, it looks like a channel line up here very nicely towards upside. This is actually a midline over here in this bigger channel over here. So right now we're coming to this midline, very important level, and we are not broken through that just yet. We're not broken through that just yet, but you can see here that we are getting, we kind of getting smacked towards that line up here. So if you do break the line, we gotta look for this very important level at 22.2, something like that. And I think there are a lot of bears that wants to break the support level up here and just go down. Will we just, you know, pump up here towards the upside? A little bit skeptical, Gotta tell you a little bit skeptical. Why am I a little bit skeptical? Because we tried to go up here, you know, one time we failed to get above moving averages. We tried to go up here, you know, several times up here, failed to get above even the 10 moving average. Right now pulling back. Are we gonna do a big move towards the upside? We are on the support, but this looks like a consolidation pattern up here. So, you know, consolidation patterns are a little bit hard, so I don't see anything that right now tells me that, you know, we're gonna break up. If you see here on the daily time frame, after we started going down over here, there was a support level right below us, the 24.2, and we broke that support level with this candle up here. We tried to get it back up again, but we failed, and we broke even the 10 moving average. So you know, the signs of weakness are, you know, kicking in right now. You broke the support level, you broke the second support level. This move up here, I was actually hoping that this move is going to come all the way up to 24.2, 24.3 up here towards the top, so I can short it towards the downside. This actually never got up there. Maybe it's going to get up there, I don't know. But it tried to go up a little bit, but, you know, it's still up here and this candle up here, and still, you know, kind of just waiting. And you see here we are beside this, you know, trend line support up here. There is also the support up here at these stops up here where we are right now holding. So we got a lot of support over here just below us, but it's really hard to figure out whether this is going to break down or not. And there are no overextended levels. Like this is 1 hourly time frame, we are sitting, you know, 47 in the middle on the RSI. This is 4 hourly, we are sitting on 43 in the middle. This is daily, we are sitting at some kind of, you know, 56 levels, you know, so we are neither oversold or overbought or oversold. Weekly time frame is also sitting at 57. So you can say that, you know, we are at, you know, too extended towards upside or downside, that, you know, this has to go in this other direction. You can see here that the weekly time frame overextensions are pulling right now back, and they don't often have to pull all the way down to zero line, but you know, they can do something like, can I find an instance of where this actually happened? Up here, like we can, this is a strong option up here. So they do oftentimes go all the way down to the, you know, 10 moving average up here, but we already were down almost at the 10 moving average over here. This might be a strong trend. So, you know, it's hard to say what's gonna happen next. It's hard to say what's gonna happen next up here in this triangle, and this is the most important triangle, of course. This is the most important triangle up here. What's gonna happen up here? Where the breakout is gonna come? And I'm looking for some kind of signs that tells me that, you know, this is gonna be fine. But it's a triangle. It's a symmetrical triangle going sideways. It's not going a little bit up, a little bit down. It's a symmetrical triangle, and you know, there's that. Now, I do not like to look at the DXY anymore, but people are talking about DXY, and I got some kind of you know, some kind of reasons for why I think that the next you know, very important crucial level of resistance is up here at 106 or something like that. 200 moving average on the daily time frame, 106.485. Because of these, you know, very nice touches up here. So, you know, it has very nice, you know, level up here at 200 moving average. Now there is another level that's also very, very important when it comes to DXY, and that is this 50 and 20 moving average up here, just up here, 50 and 20 moving average. I just put line just in the middle up here. We can put even line a little bit up here to you know, be very where these, you know, these bottoms over here are. Right now they're gonna act as a resistance. So, you know, where are we gonna come all the way to 106 up here, or maybe something like 105.658, 652? It's not really important. But this only comes whether you believe that, you know, Bitcoin is inversely correlated with DXY. The important thing to notice over here is that we are just not quite there yet, right? We are just not quite there yet. There is some kind of resistance up here we are trying to break and, you know, move towards us. But the major important levels up here are, you know, 106.4, 105.6, give or take 20, 50 moving average on the weekly time frame, 200 moving average on the daily time frame up here. You can see up here also this top up here. So I think there is still more movement towards upside when it comes to DXY, unfortunately. And when it comes to the stock market up here, it does look like it's pulling back down. Now, the good thing about stock market up here, you'll see a lot of lines up here, so we'll remove a couple of lines, and, you know, there has been this, you know, expanding musical instrument here, up here. This instrument is broken. Right now it's going for the retest. This is some kind of you know, rising wedge up here that's right now, you know, doing this move up here. So, you know, it can take a while. You can also just break it down towards the upside here. The worst case scenario is breaking back inside this big expanding musical instrument. That's the worst case scenario. But as long as it can actually keep the rising wedge, it's okay. Even if it breaks down without actually breaking inside this big musical instrument, there is a triangle up here that goes something like this over here. There is a triangle. It's a little bit, you know, sideways triangle up here. So even if we do go down, we just hope we don't get inside this, you know, inside the expanding musical instrument on the downside. So, you know, we can do this up here and, you know, then go towards upside. That would be very, very normal, but we don't want to get back inside up here, right? And then start breaking towards the downside. So there are three kind of patterns up here on the chart where this is happening right now. There is a triangle, there is expanding musical instrument that we broke towards the upside, and right now we got a rising wedge as well. So a little bit, you know, conflicting signs, but even though we are pulling back down here, we haven't broken, you know, important, very, very important levels of support or anything like that. We are still, you know, climbing towards the upside. And let me see up here, and yeah, there are no divergences or anything like that on chart. Let's see monthly time frame. Do we have anything up here? No, it's just consolidating up here very nicely right now. But this expanding musical instrument definitely broke. It kind of looks broken, but, you know, you never know. Still, this monthly time frame. So there is that. The Dow Jones is giving us, you know, bad signs and can actually fall down a little bit. Without this line over here, we have been looking at this triangle over here, as you see up here, and this triangle already broke down. Now this might be, you know, short-term breakdown towards next support line, and as you'll see here as well on the DXY, the DXY also broke this expanding musical instrument towards the downside, right? So DXY also broke the musical expanding musical instrument towards downside over here. There was, you know, big move up here, retest up here, going sideways up here, breaking a little bit towards downside. The problem up here with this breakout is that this breakout is not continuing towards upside. This should definitely continue towards upside by now. And the fact that it's not doing that, you know, gets me a little bit worried. That said, you know, oftentimes when you have any kind of pattern, doesn't matter whether that's expanding musical, when you see a breakout towards upside, this should continue a little bit more high. When you see something like this right above the line, you know, that's kind of worrying side. So this over here is getting me a little bit worried when it comes to Dow Jones, because I do think that this can actually break back inside the expanding musical instrument. But if Dow Jones breaks inside the expanding musical instrument, and S&P will, you know, do that as well. So we are waiting for the DXY to pump a little bit more, and then, you know, this goes down a little bit more, and then, you know, DXY you know, goes back down again, and this is close towards upside above some kind of, you know, a resistance line up here, right? But this triangle up here did break down. And the last one is Nasdaq. Nasdaq also had this some kind of falling wedge or expanding musical instrument, called whatever you want, right? Over here that broke towards upside up as well. But you can see right now we are still on Nasdaq, Dow Jones, S&P. You know, we're still not broken these very important levels of support that needs to be broken if you want to have a big dump or something like that, right? So we are not bearish, we are consolidating in some kind of range. Jim Cramer said that, you know, buy the dip. So, you know, I'm a little bit unsure whether we want to look, you know, listen to Jim Cramer or listen to Michael Burry when he said sell. And DXY is moving still, you know, towards the upside. Still looks strong, nice. So there's that. But I don't want to, you know, read too much into the DXY, because I'm telling you guys, you know, you get burned once, you don't want to do that again. You don't want to do that again. I was also looking at Phantom up here. Phantom looks very nice for some kind of, you know, it's, you know, it created this double bottom up here. It went up here towards downside, created this, you know, move down up here right now, you know, consolidating up here at these bottoms up here. So Phantom right now, it's, you know, it has a chance to pump. It has a chance to pump, you know. If you want to take some, you know, if you want to look for some kind of trade up here, I think Phantom has a nice move towards the upside. If it does fall down something like 4% up here, 2-3% towards downside up here, it can definitely do that. Oftentimes you'll see these moves go down into some kind of consolidation pattern, move up here, do a wick down, pick up, you know, the liquidity up here, you know, close the shorts, and then, you know, explode towards up. But I think it already did that, because you can see this wick up here towards downside. It came down pretty far down. It didn't come all the way down here, but, you know, it came pretty far down, you know. So I'm gonna have another one to get all the way down here. I don't think that's needed. So I think right now over here that Phantom is consolidating up here. So you might consider this, you know, some kind of trade up here towards the upside more than towards the downside. You know, there's that. BTC DXY relation equals Greek asset fiat alternative. No. Bitcoin DXY, we haven't. Is there actually Bitcoin DXY? BTC DXY? No, there isn't. It was worth a try. No, the center plan, where have you been? Didn't you see how DXY messed us up last time? Didn't you see how DXY messed us up last time? On the pump. Where was the pump? Up here maybe. DXY and Bitcoin went up at the same time. Let's add DXY to this. DXY. Look here, man. Look here. Let's just remove moving averages and everything else. Slime candles. There we go. See this move up here. See this move up here. The Bitcoin and, you know, DXY were very nicely correlated. I mean, they went up at the same time up here. And this kind of, you know, I was saying that, you know, this, you know, I was thinking that the DXY is going to continue towards upside, but I did not see that, you know, Bitcoin is going to follow DXY. How can this thing that's inversely correlated with Bitcoin, you know, go in the same, you know? So I'm no longer looking at, you know, DXY to give me direction of Bitcoin. Read the charts, don't read the news. We don't care what the DXY is doing. It's interesting to look at DXY and stuff like that, right? But we are looking at what's happening on the charts first and foremost, because everything is priced into the charts. S&P has to stay above 4,000 for Bitcoin to stay bullish. I'm not, you know, really sure about that or how you came to that conclusion, but yeah, sure. I mean, it's about, if S&P, you know, it stays above the 4,000, something like that, like, and it goes back up here, of course we're gonna be bullish. Bitcoin doesn't always follow DXY. Yeah, exactly. And CME games don't always close. DXY don't always follow Bitcoin. It's starting to decouple. You don't understand. The type of relation it will have is very influential for us all. Will big money decide it is a valid money, or will it stay considered a risk asset? What big money will do, I don't know, but the change in the world is coming. The AI is taking over. The banks are gonna be consolidated into one big bank. Your money, the fiat, is going away. CBTC is coming. And the word of advice I can give you guys: number one, get out of debt. I've been saying that for a while. Get out of debt. Get some gold. You might be saying, "Hey man, gold is gonna go down." No. Gold is like fiat. Fiat's gonna, tomorrow it's gonna lose, go to zero. Gold will never go to zero. It will always have value. So to preserve value, doesn't matter what the price is at 2,000 or 1,000 or 500. To preserve value of something, you gotta have some kind of gold. By the way, don't buy gold with credit card. Buy it with cash, so the government doesn't know you have gold. Get gold and get Bitcoin on a stick, right? So you got Bitcoin, you get gold, and you get rid of debt. If you do those three things, you're gonna be fine. I got a good amount of crypto and I have no debt. Love it. Yeah, exactly. That's very good, man. That's very good. Get out of debt, but you should have gold as well. I'm serious about it. It's like, I'm not proponent of buy gold for investment and stuff like that, right? But I am proponent of buy stuff that preserves value, right? So people buy property in the middle of the town. Why? Because the town is not going anywhere, right? That property will always have value because people are gonna be there. Unless some nuclear bomb bombs your downtown and destroys the downtown for the next 100 years, you're gonna be fine. But you can even see what happened in Nagasaki and Hiroshima after the nuclear bomb did hit. They rebuild it, right? So in 100 years the value goes up again, right? So it preserves value. So you want to have something that preserves value, whether that's Art of the Wall by Picasso or gold or Bitcoin. I even think Bitcoin is good preservation of value. Anything that preserves value, you gotta have something. You gotta have something, right? So get something that preserves value. Get don't trade that, and don't look at it as investment. That's your safe money. Get out of debt. Preserve money, and whatever happens in the world that's about to come, you have some kind of safe net, right? So there is that. Whether it will positive or negative related says so much about where BTC stands in the world and what type of role it will have. Will it be our survivor for people with euros and other fiat? I don't know what's happening there. So these geopolitics and these financial politics are very, very what are you gonna say? They're very complex. They're not black and white. They're not black and white. So Bitcoin is turning up a little bit up here already. Let's see up here. Did it break anything right now? Nah, it's still just pulling up a little bit. Phantom is up here, trying to go up here very nicely. There is it looks like a cup and handle pattern up here. Don't you guys think? Phantom got this cup and handle pattern up here right now. So this is definitely tradable. And some kind of target up here is not actually that very high, but if it continues towards upside, then it might actually have a nice move. So if it does break, like it could be like 3-4% towards upside. Dodge Daddy or no Dodge Daddy? Right now there is no Dodge Daddy. So I'm a little bit skeptical whether this move up here can actually bounce. I do hope we bounce above it, but I'm gonna sit on the sidelines and wait. Phantom serves as a constant reminder to what I missed out. Reverse head and shoulders and the cup and handle Phantom. I didn't see its reverse head and shoulders. Yes, I did see somewhere. Yeah, that it was on Dow Jones. There was inverse cup and handle that failed. Was Dow Jones? Was something else up here? Oh, it was Dow Jones on the weekly time frame. Yeah. So if you look at the Dow Jones on the weekly time frame up here, this looks like this looks like an inverse head and shoulders pair. Left shoulder, head, a right shoulder, right? left shoulder pattern up here, and over here it does look like it got invalidated. So this is actually very bearish as well. If you get some kind of, you know, pattern up here that fails to break towards the upside, this is called invalidation up here, and you know, it might pull back back down again, right? So this over here is not good. But you can also say, oh no, entirety of this move up here is the right shoulder, right? Yeah, I would say that's some kind of hopium. We already did test up here some kind of line, right? Or maybe some kind of line over here. Doesn't matter. Let's put like this. We can even say it's like up there. We did this. We tried to go up there. Like I would say this is already invalidation. This should, you know, go all the way up there. But you know, it's not hand and shoulders pattern. You know, it's invalidated inverse hand and shoulders pattern. I think that's that. So any kind of pattern can get invalidated. Just remember that, guys. So Bitcoin is pumping up a little bit up here very nicely. I still think that target for this move towards upside, because doing this a little bit move up here, I'm still looking at this, you know, 24.27 up here, a level, give or take, to test that again, because we didn't test that. We came close, but we didn't test that. So I think we gotta test that. I mean, it's not that high. It's not that high. I mean, this 50 moving average can turn it down a little bit here. We can go something like this up here, test that, and then get rejected by that. We tried to get above the 50 up here. We failed that. So there is that. Also, 50 moving average might be a very interesting level up here, because you can see up here how nicely this, we broke it down. We managed to hold it up here. We broke it down here. We got rejected by it over here. So we held over here. We got rejected over here. We were below the 50 moving average. Then we jumped on the 50 moving average right over here. We fell through the 50. We tried to get it back up again, right back down again. So we might test this 50 again, at least the way I see it, right? So this 50 moving average on the 4-hourly time frame does seem to be important. The important level of support and resistance. So if you look at up here, all the way since down over here, we had a nice move up here. This is the first sign of failure. Then we were sitting on the 50 moving, fell through 50 moving average, retested that, pulled down, tried to go above the 50, zigzag, exploded above the 50. So 50 important level. We crashed through the 50, tried to get back above it, failed that. Right now below. Are we gonna test it again before we drop down? It just might happen. It just might happen, because over here we actually managed to break it. So I think this 50 moving average is a little bit important as well. So, you know, do watch that. And right now this 50 moving average might, you know, in next day or something like that, we might actually see, not next day, you know, next 4 to 8 hours, something like that, we might see the move. We just got the 4-hourly close. Not very exciting about 4-hourly close. Nothing happened down here. It just create another level of support down here. So not much is actually happening. We get a low, higher, low, higher, low up here, which is actually very nice. So, but this is just still consolidating up here, I think. So there is that. S1 is going nuts. Anyways, guys, that's what I got for you today. You know, get out of debt, get some gold, get some Bitcoin, get some Picasso art, get some, you know, real estate in, you know, downtown. And get out of debt. That's you know, take that from yeah. And the last thing, again, I gotta say this again. We got chat, latest video support channel if you need, you know, mental support. Put notifications on, guys. You can put notifications up here on the latest video up here, and I will be posting all my videos up here. So, you know, I won't be posting anything else there. So, you know, it's just like normal, you know, notifications on YouTube, but this one works for every single video. So if you wanna know, you know, follow when I post and stuff like that, put notifications on so you get notifications on Telegram channel. Diversify with the. But the most important thing, number one thing, is that you should get out of debt. You might not believe me now, but you know, I'm just saying it. I'm just saying it. It is the worst thing I literally ever, you know, to hold right now. And I'm doing my part, and I'm still not out of it yet. But you know, I'm hoping that within a year or two, you know, it will be done. So there is that. There is that. Guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you around. You know what to do with the Bybit link down below. Bye bye, guys.